Welcome to Back to Basics with Krystal. So today is an errand-filled day. I've got lots to do in a very short amount of time. Well, actually two things, really. The first is I'm going to head over to the post office and finally mail out the gifts from my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I know, late, right? Whoops. Lisa and Jennifer, you got mail coming your way. After that, I'm going to head over to the next town over. It takes about 40 minutes in traffic to get there. And I'm going to go to H-E-B, which is a Texas store. It's a chain store here in Texas. I do love shopping at my small little local town store because there's not a lot of people in there. So H-E-B carries a lot of really cool brands that other places don't carry. A lot of cool stuff. So I'll show you guys around H-E-B too, so you can get a feel for it. But also, after I do my grocery shopping, I've got two kitchen experiments. One, I'm going to try to make my own kombucha SCOBY from store-bought. Let's hope that we can find plain Jane kombucha. I don't want any flavors or anything like that, so we're going to hope for that. The other experiment is going to be making black garlic. It's a fermented product, so we're going to try that experiment. So I have to do all of that and start dinner before the kids get home. And both kids, after school activities, they'll be home around 4:30. So got lots to do in a short amount of time. Also, I'm running behind on getting my seeds started. I guess I'm just like really laxed about it, so I really need to get some pepper seeds into dirt today. My greenhouse is finally starting to warm up because we've got some sunshine. So I need to get those into the ground or into some dirt today. So first things first, the post office. That was a very small glimpse of H-E-B, and as big as that store is, there is actually a 2-story H-E-B down in Houston. I will go there one day, maybe in the middle of the week, very early in the morning. So we are in the kitchen today because I have 2 kitchen experiments that I wanted to share with you guys. Now, I've never done either one of these, so I didn't know if I should make a video specifically for each experiment or if I should just kind of throw it into a vlog. So guess what I did? I'm just throwing it into a vlog. I suppose if the experiment works and I have a little bit more knowledge, then I can make independent videos, how-tos, but until then, this is an experiment and we're going to do it together. So the first experiment is making a kombucha. Did I say that right? Kombucha? Kombucha? Making a kombucha SCOBY from scratch. Now, I have brewed kombucha before, and about 2 years ago, I accidentally killed my mother after about 2 years of brewing. Fermenting. It's a fermented product. For the last few months, I've wanted to start brewing it again, and I was actually just going to go online and buy another SCOBY like I did the first time. But then I started seeing how people were actually making it from store-bought kombucha. And I thought, well, if they can do it, surely I can do it. Not a whole lot of instructions out there. So I'm going off of kind of what I know about making kombucha to begin with. Now, this was in the refrigerated section in the health food area, and I got just the original. I don't think that, or what I've heard, it's not really advisable to use one with flavors. So I was really looking for original or plain or something like that. The other thing that you are going to look for is raw. It has to be raw. So I got original and it's raw. Oh, and it's organic. Okay, so organic, raw, and original. No flavors. I suppose that you could make it from a flavored kombucha, but it might off-put the flavor of the rest of your brews. So since there's not a whole lot of instructions out there on how to do this, I kind of took advice from several different sources and then kind of went on my own knowledge of how I brewed kombucha before or fermented it before. So what you start with is black tea. Now, this is black tea, and this is 2 cups. Is it 2 cups? It's 4 cups. This is 4 cups. So 4 cups, and I did put half a cup of sugar in here. Like I said, there is not a whole lot of instructions out there. So I did 4 cups with half a cup of sugar. And this is warm. And it's not even warm. It's probably about 70 degrees. You know, I mean, you can feel a little warmth. It's not cold, but it's room temperature. So what we're going to do today is we are going to take the store-bought kombucha and we're going to pour this entire thing into this sweet tea. That's all it is. It's black tea that's sweetened. So this is 4 cups to a half a cup of sugar. Somebody might argue with me and say I only needed to use a 1/4 cup, but I feel like the more sugar in here, the better it is for growing the mother. At least that's my thought and theory anyway. So that's what we're going to do. So I've got my room temperature sweet tea. That's all it is. And now I'm going to pour my room temperature. I've let this sit out, and it's just room temperature. Now, if you're opening this for the first time, be very careful. It's very, very fizzy. All right, so all we're going to do is just pour it in. That, I think, was a little piece of mother starting. So there we are. I'm not going to mix it up. I'm not going to do any of that. I am now going to take a coffee filter and put it on top. Then I'm going to take a wide mouth ring and seal it up. Just like that. Okay? Just like that. It's so easy, y'all. That's so easy. Why are we putting a coffee filter on top? Well, I want to keep bugs out of it. I want to keep the cats out of it, and I want to keep my kids out of it. But I also want this to breathe. This needs to breathe, it's a living organism. It needs to breathe. It's feeding. And from what I understand, in about 4 weeks, we should have a visible SCOBY or visible mother floating on top. So all I'm going to do now is just kind of stick this beside my refrigerator over here where I usually put other ferments because it's out of direct sunlight, but it's still in my kitchen so I can keep an eye on it. If you wanted to stick this in the pantry, you could totally do that. You just don't want to put it in direct sunlight. So our next experiment is something I have never made before. I've never even tried it before. I've never seen it in person before. I have really, truly only seen it on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Then a couple of weeks ago, a Facebook friend shared a picture of some black garlic that she got at a local farmer's market. And I was like, wow, I have to try that. I started doing some research and I found out that it's pretty easy to make. You need a heat, very, very low heat, garlic, and thyme. That's really it. That's all you need for this fermentation process. So I went looking around for a rice cooker, and I happen to have one in storage. Now, this is my old rice cooker. Nothing was wrong with it when I put it up and away, except for the fact that it didn't make enough rice to feed my entire family. Only about enough to feed my son. So Mama Lai upgraded my rice cooker a few years back and got me a bigger one because I was having to make 2 things of rice at night for dinner. Sad but true. So with this, all you're going to do is plug your rice cooker in, and you're never actually going to turn it on. You're just going to leave it in the kind of warming section. You know, it's never actually going to turn on. So if I was going to cook rice, I'd do like that, and then when it was done, it'd flip up. And then it would just stay warm. So we're just going to keep it in the warm section. Okay, so the pot's in the rice cooker, and we've got our little homemade little mat down here. So all we're going to do is we're going to stick a paper towel in the bottom of this. And I'm guessing something like that. Okay? The next thing we're going to do is just put our garlic in here. Now, these are huge garlics. Look how big they are. They're huge garlics. Nice big cloves. Now, from my understanding, you can fill this completely up. You can fill it up completely. You can stack the garlic on top of each other. But, whoopsie, for this experiment, I've only got 3 giant heads of garlic. So what we're going to do next is put some paper towels over it. And I'm just going to use 2. I forgot how small this rice cooker is.
Alert zone 1. Alert zone 1. Alert zone 1.
And we're going to shut it. That's it. We leave it for 10 to 15 days. And in 10 to 15 days, we should have black garlic. So from my understanding, I don't want to leave this in the house. It's going to get pretty strong garlic smell. It's going to get pretty stinky, is from what I understand. So since it's raining today, I'm going to go ahead and leave it in the house today. And then I'll probably move it out into the garage area in a couple of days when it's not raining. So we'll check the progress of these in about 10 days and see what it's like.